We're gonna take this unicorn poop, put it on the yard, and it's gonna make it green. And then along with that, we're gonna add in some of this unicorn pee to kind of help make it greener. That's the whole idea here. What's up guys, I'm Jake the Lawn Kid. Welcome back to another weekend in the lawn. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys an update on the lawn, showing you guys what I've done to it in the last couple weeks since we haven't looked at it in a while. And I'm also going to show you guys an application that I'm going to be doing here to help you guys who happen to have any of these thin or somewhat bare spots or totally bare spots in your lawn. The first application I did, only a small section of the front yard that I told you guys was struggling a little bit more than others, and my belief was probably because dense competition it had due to the Bradford pear trees I have and their wide growing root system. What I've done to cure it or make it look a little bit better is I took that small section right there and I put down an application of dethatch 6 ounces per thousand. Along with that, I spiked in some RGS. Why not? It's only going to help, and of course it does push more root growth, which I really did need over there. A week later I came back and put down some more dethatch, only this time I put it down at the full rate of 9 ounces per thousand, and that was the dethatch by itself. Reason being is I wanted to give myself a little bit of a leg up, being that I was dealing with a little bit of thinness and that I did want to get this lawn looking good as quick as possible. It's not going to hurt anything if you go heavy. Fast forward about a week, I put down a fungicide application. I told you guys I had a couple fungal problems going on here in this section of my lawn. I put down an application of propiconazole 14.3%. I put that down at a rate of 1 ounce per thousand. The reason I went so light was because we're going to start getting cooler here pretty soon, and fungus isn't going to be that bad coming into the fall because this is really the lawn's time to shine. As you can see, within a week or two, things have cleared up and we're looking much better, and I'm definitely not seeing any signs of lawn rust or dollar spot, which is a big problem this time of year. And the last thing I did here was 2 or 3 days ago, I put down an application of Hydretain. For those of you guys who don't know what Hydretain is, it's a new chemistry that we're messing with here in the lawn care community, which essentially allows the lawn to better retain moisture by preventing evaporative loss within the soil. Big problem here in the summer is that when we get all hot and dry out here, basically what happens is that any remaining water in the lawn evaporates up and out of it, and then anything that's in the ground below actually sinks down lower than the root system due to gravitational pull. From what I've been reading, when you put down Hydretain, it acts as water magnets. It prevents evaporative loss from up above, and it also prevents the water from sinking below, thus you don't have to water as much. In fact, as it says on the label, it reduces your watering by 50%. Now that is cool. The biggest question I'm going to get at a time like this, we're getting a little bit more direct sunlight, and because of that, it's also a little bit hot and a little bit dry, would be, Jake, how should I mow my lawn? If you were to ask me, I recommend you keep it high and tight. Mow it high, edge it tight. The reason I say that is because the taller you mow your lawn during this time of year, the more the leaf blade surface is actually going to act as a canopy, which will shade the root zone. Thus, it'll help it retain moisture and keep things cool. And in addition to that, because you have more leaf blade surface, more photosynthesis is going to be able to take place. Thus, you're going to get more growth on the top and on the bottom. So it's really a good thing all around. So remember, my friends, as far as mowing goes this time of year, keep it high and tight. Mow it high, edge it tight. Now let's get into the meat and the potatoes of this video. As you can see behind me, we've got quite a haul left over from our project lawn last week. Originally, we were going to be doing the entire 30,000 square feet of the lawn, but after corresponding with the homeowner, he didn't want us to do a half of the yard because of construction that's going to be taking place. I got some stuff left over because of that, which is pretty cool, which means more playtime for Jake, right? We're going to be putting down an application today of Milorganite at 10 pounds per thousand. That's actually going to give us a little bit over a half pound of nitrogen. Ideally, at a time like this where it's a little bit hot and dry, I would go at 8 pounds per thousand, which would give me a little under half pound of nitrogen, but because I'm pushing my front lawn anyway, I'm going to go a little bit higher. In addition to that, we're going to be putting down another product from the N-Ext line that we actually used on the project lawn, and that is going to be Green Start 901. We're going to put this down at a rate of 16 ounces per thousand. If you do the math on that, you'll come to find that that'll deliver us 0.11 pounds of nitrogen per thousand square feet. In total, these two together with the application rates today, that'll give us just under 3/4 pound of nitrogen. We're actually going to be doing a little bit of seeding today. That's right, seeding, and not overseeding. Seeding. This is mostly bluegrass, got a little bit of rye and fescue in there. The rye is what I'm most concerned about right now because that'll germinate within a week. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of the seed out of here and I'm going to put it in this area right here. And I'm also going to cover it with Patchmaster. I'm going to nail it with N-Ext products, keep it irrigated every day, and we'll come back and we'll see what we get. Man, this seriously, I'll tell you what, it's been a while since I've been able to smell or touch this magical unicorn poop. It smells really good. It's like blueberry pie. It smells so good. I'll tell you what, I've really longed for this. I miss this smell so much. I'm starting to feel a little nostalgic, man. Like, I miss this stuff. This stuff is beautiful. Magical unicorn poop. Dude, this is probably the best freaking spreader I've ever owned. Seriously. Now, as far as today's application, we're going to customize a little bit. We're going to be putting down Green Start, as I mentioned earlier, and in addition to that, we're going to be putting down Aerate. And the reason we're going to be doing that is because Green Start has a lot of elements that are helpful. It has nitrogen, as well as it has some humic acid in there, and that actually answers to why we're not going to be using RGS today. The reason we don't need RGS is because this stuff actually has a little bit of RGS in it. It has the humic acid, it has the kelp. That's not saying that if you want to go a little bit crazy and add some of the RGS in, you're more than welcome to do that. It's just, we're a little bit hot and dry right now. I'm not going to push the limits. Maybe when it gets a little bit cooler, just not now. So the idea being is that with my application, I'm going to be putting down these two products right now to get things going, and then to keep things going, every 3 weeks I'm going to apply RGS, Aerate, and Humic 12. Makes sense? These two will get the soil going, and then these three combined will keep the soil going. Last thing, and I'm going to get going. The biggest misconception around these products, especially when they're titled Green Start or Starter Fertilizer or Starter, anything like that, the biggest misconception is that this is only for a new lawn, or this is for a lawn that's getting seeded for the first time. And the answer to that is no. You can use this for more than overseeding. I know it says seeding and overseeding right there, but if you look down here, they actually offer rates for regular applications. And the reason they do that is because this can actually also be used as a supplement for lower nitrogen inputs in the summertime. Because, you know, the biggest thing we talk about in the summer is we do not want to push a lawn that is under stress. This actually does a great job of filling in that gap. Keep that in mind the next time you see a product like this that says Green Start. Also, look deeper into the label. It's also multi-purpose. So really, this is a jack of all trades, my friends. soil here. It's not as wet as I want it, but it's definitely wet enough that I could get the seed down to the soil. Remember, when it comes to seed, the most important thing is seed to soil contact. The seed has to be touching the soil, and the soil has to be soft enough for the seed to root into once it cracks and germinates.